You know that constant feeling that something's wrong with you, that inner voice cataloging your failures, your awkwardness, your not enoughness. What if I told you that voice isn't actually yours, and there's a way to hear a different one entirely? Today's lesson teaches that God goes with you wherever you go, meaning there's a source of perfect peace and wholeness that never leaves you, even when you can't feel it. The lesson acknowledges that this feels impossible to believe because our minds are clouded by constant anxious thoughts, but it offers a practice to reach past that mental noise to the stillness underneath. We're going to explore this together, and by the end, I'll guide you through a meditation to experience it directly. Here's what we're really dealing with: that familiar weight of carrying everything alone. You wake up already behind, already failing at something. The mental ticker tape starts immediately: what you forgot yesterday, what you're dreading today, how you're falling short in 17 different ways. It's exhausting before your feet even hit the floor. Let me paint a picture you probably know too well. You're lying in bed at 3 a.m., mind spinning with tomorrow's presentation, the awkward thing you said at lunch, your bank account, your aging parents' health. The familiar cascade of worries feels so real, so urgent, so absolutely true. There's this voice, we all have it, that never takes a day off. It's the one reminding you that you said, "you too," when the waiter told you to enjoy your meal. The one replaying that meeting where you stumbled over your words. The one comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. This voice has opinions about everything: how you parent, how you work, how you love, how you look, how you breathe. It's like having a cruel commentator narrating your life, pointing out every flaw in real time. And here's the thing, we've been listening to it for so long, we think it's us. We think that critical, anxious monologue is our actual self. Imagine your mind as a snow globe that someone just shook violently. All you can see is the swirling chaos of thoughts, worries, and judgments flying around. The snow is so thick, so chaotic, you can't see anything else. This is how most of us live, in the constant blizzard of our own thinking. But here's the revolutionary idea, the thing that changes everything: that noise isn't the real you. Think about it. If you can observe these thoughts, if you can notice the voice criticizing you, then you must be something other than that voice. You're the one watching the snow swirl, not the snow itself. I remember the first time this really clicked for me. I was in the middle of my usual 3 a.m. spiral: mortgage, health scare, work deadline, kids' struggles, the whole catastrophe parade. But then something shifted. Instead of being tangled up in the thoughts, I suddenly saw them. Like stepping back from a painting to see the whole canvas instead of being nose deep in one dark corner. The thoughts didn't stop. The voice kept chattering. But I wasn't inside it anymore. I was watching it, almost with curiosity. Look at that, I found myself thinking. Look at how hard this voice is working to convince me everything's falling apart. And in that moment of stepping back, of seeing the mental snow globe from the outside, I noticed something else. Underneath all that swirling chaos, something was perfectly still. This is where it gets interesting. What if, instead of trying to fix all those swirling thoughts, argue with them, or positive think them away, you could just sink down underneath them. It's like being in a turbulent ocean. On the surface, waves crash and churn. But if you dive down just 20 feet, it's calm. The storm is still raging above. But down here, it's quiet. The water barely moves. Your mind works the same way. All that noise, all that criticism and worry, it's surface turbulence. But there's a depth to you that remains untouched. A place where that frantic voice can't reach. I'm not talking about escaping or checking out. I'm talking about discovering what's been there all along, perfectly intact, waiting beneath the mental static. Remember our snow globe? If you sit very still and stop shaking it, the snow settles, and you can see clearly to the bottom, where something unchanging has been waiting all along. Not something you have to create or achieve or deserve. Something that simply is. Because it's what you are beneath all the noise. This is what the lesson means when it says there's a source that goes with you wherever you go. It's not some external force following you around. It's the deepest part of your own being. The part that existed before you learned to be anxious. Before you absorbed all those stories about what's wrong with you. Think back to being very young. Before you learned to judge yourself. There was a simple sense of being. Wasn't there? A basic okayness with existing. You didn't wake up cataloging your failures because you hadn't learned to see yourself as a problem to be solved. That quality never left. It just got buried under layers of mental noise. Here's what I've discovered. When you learn to sink past the surface chatter of your mind, you find that presence again. Completely steady, unshakable, and free from all the stories about what's wrong with you or your life. Let's go back to that 3 a.m. scenario. You're in bed, the mental chaos in full swing. But this time, you remember. You remember that this noise isn't the real you. You remember to stop feeding the mental fire and just sink down underneath it all. It's not about making the thoughts stop. They probably won't. It's about finding that place in you that isn't touched by them. Suddenly you're not tangled up in the stories anymore. You're resting in something vast and quiet that doesn't need anything fixed. The relief is indescribable, not because your problems are solved. The presentation is still tomorrow. The bank account hasn't changed. Life is still complex. But you're not carrying it in the same way. It's like setting down a backpack you didn't realize weighed 100 pounds. Your shoulders straighten. You can breathe. The world looks different. Not because it changed, but because you're not viewing it through the lens of constant self-attack. This isn't positive thinking or pretending everything's fine. It's recognizing that beneath your thoughts about yourself, beneath the constant commentary, there's a presence that has never been damaged by any of it. A part of you that doesn't need improvement because it was never broken. The snow in the globe settles. The water grows clear, and there at the bottom is what was always there. A profound stillness that doesn't depend on circumstances. A companion that truly does go with you wherever you travel, not as something separate from you, but as the deepest truth of what you are. You don't have to believe this. You don't have to take it on faith. In just a moment, we're going to do a simple practice together, and you can discover for yourself if there's something beneath the mental noise. Something that's been waiting for you to simply stop shaking the snow globe long enough to see it. The voice that catalogs your failures. It's just weather passing through. You are the sky it moves through, vast, unchanging, and completely unharmed by any storm. If you'd like more teachings and guided practices like this, you can like the video and subscribe. And now, we'll move into a short guided meditation. Let's find a comfortable position. Your body knows how to do this. Just let it settle. Close your eyes if that feels right. Or soften your gaze toward the floor. Notice your breath. Don't change it, just notice it's already happening. Without any effort from you, feel where your body touches the chair or cushion. The weight of you, held completely. Now notice the thoughts moving through your mind. Maybe they're quick, darting around. Maybe they're heavy and repetitive. It doesn't matter. Just notice them like you notice clouds passing in the sky. You don't have to stop them. You don't have to fix them. Just see them there, doing what thoughts do. And now, let yourself sink, just a little. Like settling into warm water, let yourself drop beneath the surface of those thoughts. They're still there, chattering away. But you're sinking down to where it's quieter. Feel the stillness that's always been here. Before the first thought this morning, before the stories about what's wrong. This stillness has been waiting. Rest here. Nothing to fix. Nothing to figure out, just this quiet presence that goes with you everywhere, like the bottom of our snow globe. Clear and still. When thoughts pull at you, and they will, just notice and sink again. Gentle. Easy. This isn't somewhere you go. This is what you are beneath the noise. Stay here as long as feels right. This quiet place is always available, always here. In your own time, take a deeper breath. Feel your body again. When you're ready, open your eyes. Carry this knowing with you, beneath every worried thought, every harsh judgment. This stillness remains. You can return here anytime. Just stop shaking the snow globe. Let it settle. And remember what's always been at the bottom. Clear and undisturbed. We're glad you practiced with us today. If it's helpful, a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles is available via the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a short comment like, "I am grateful. Thank you for being here. For taking this time to discover what's beneath the mental noise." Remember, that critical voice you've been listening to, it's just weather passing through. You are the sky, vast, unchanging, and completely unharmed. Be gentle with yourself today. You're carrying so much less than you thought.